All right, everybody, hello. I am Liz,
Hello.
and to my left, we have the lovely Sergio. We are
Hello.
here to kick off the Devikins NFT AMA. This is the first public event, so thank you everybody for coming, showing up, being here for us. The excitement is unreal. Alrighty, so we're going to be going through a number of questions given to us from Discord, from Telegram, from Twitter, from Facebook, from all of you lovely users, and we are going to just be running those down, answering what we can, and giving you information that you need on the NFT future sale and everything that comes along with it. So we're going to get right into it and start off with Yogash from Discord, who asked us the question, will the NFTs be numbered? Will the numbering include the NFTs from the mining event? Sergio.
Yes. They are gonna have their release number. The mine event's gonna be numbered as well, but they not be counted for the circulation supply because if we did that, we'd start with like around 2,000 NFTs on this inflation curve. So we are excluding any minor, lavish, and glitched from the circulation supply calculation.
Okay, and the second question is from Cariola on Discord. Will there be scholarship functionality?
Not on day one. The we see that scholarship it's big for other games, but I think the problem it tried to solve it's not going to be an issue for Devikins at first, at least. But if you see that it's going to add to the game, we can revisit that later.
Okay. And we had numerous questions from multiple users on all the platforms asking this. Will there be a batch of hard mint NFTs?
Yeah, so we are doing some tests on blockchain. The batch of hard mint it doesn't save on gas. We tested yesterday, and like hard mint a batch of 10 NFTs is the same energy amount of batching one NFT 10 times. We are planning to do that on the front end, so users don't have to click 10 times to hard mint, but that's not gonna save on gas.
Okay. And from Von Yumo on Discord, regarding buying NFTs, where would they be placed when we buy them? Would they be connected to our Tronex wallet address found on Clever? Anywhere else?
Yeah, that's a good question. While is in soft mint, they're gonna be in our game server linked to your wallet. That's why you cannot transfer, we cannot offer in the marketplace. As soon as you do the hard mint, so it exists on the Tron blockchain, then you can put on the marketplace and put on bring to the game. The soft mint you're gonna have to use the inventory webpage inside devikins.com where you can connect your wallet. When that's hard mint, any website that connects to Tron wallet can integrate that. So the TRX, the NFT on the blockchain, they have like a public URL that they can request the graphics of Devikins.
Awesome. We're going through these questions very quickly already. Sergio's extremely efficient. So BD Baziz on Discord, but also a ton of people also ask this. Will there be a limit on NFT purchases on the launch day? Also, where does the DVK spent on the NFT go after it's been purchased?
Cool. Yeah. There's no limit. Everyone is able to purchase as much as they like. The DVK for now, it's going to the team. It doesn't mean that it's going to be for the seller or stuff like that. It's going to just be in the wallet team. Then we can allocate that as we need, for liquidity, for the play to earn pool, stuff like that.
Awesome. From Rhaegar on Discord, is there any plan to release a trailer or teaser regarding gameplay?
Yeah, for sure. For releasing a trailer of gameplay, we need to improve our interface because our team, the user experience, the UX designer, it was the last teammate to join the development. It was like a month late, so our interface is a bit behind right now. But as soon as we have any presentable interface, we're going to do that. For the trailer itself, we looking for a freelancer to the animator because our in-house animators all full allocated for the game. But as soon as we get someone talented that gonna like put the Devakin art to shine, we're gonna for sure release a trailer, a teaser.
Awesome. Yeah. So in future, we plan to rock it out. It's more of a production standpoint at this moment.
Yeah.
Papa Josh on Discord, is there a plan to stop minting NFTs at some point?
No plan to make the supply only through procreation later. We are planning to have the shop running all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I Love Pokemon Lake asks us, will we be able to tell the rarity of newly minted NFTs in the embryo stage? Can they become toddlers, or as we've chosen in studio to call them Devakids, even without raising gameplay?
Yeah, so all minted NFT, they come in the embryo stage, but you can see all the adult graphics, all the genes, all the affinity, all the base attributes for that on the embryo stage. So you can offer that, you can make the decision if that's a valuable NFT and put on the marketplace in the embryo stage. And so the way we plan that, since the Devakids stage, it has a time span. So as soon as you hatch your embryo, you have like a certain amount to the Devakid to turn an adult. A player has to hatch the embryo so they can start playing. We decided to go with that because let's say we buy 100 NFT. If all they hatch at the same time, it would be like really challenging manage all the Devakids gameplay for our 100 NFT. So you can do is like in batch as you go. Okay, I can only play with 1 Devakid at a time. I can only play with 5 Devakids at a time. So you can hatch the embryos as you go playing the game.
Yeah, so you can tell the rarity right off the bat. They must be toddlers for the raising gameplay, for the kind of Tamagotchi-esque portion of the game. Or, again, Devakids. We got to get used to saying that. Igwe Lazarus on Twitter asks us, when the NFT is purchased, is it predefined or randomly selected?
It's randomly created, actually. They do not exist in our game server. We just created them on the fly based on some random rules. So yeah, it's not predefined. On the marketplace, they are going to be they're not going to be predefined, but they're going to be minted already because they're going to be play-to-play offer.
So yeah, so they're instantly generated at the point of purchase.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up pronouncing that. Just Rele Fortes on Twitter asks us, do you have plans to list on CoinGecko or other similar platforms?
Yeah, we do. I saw there was a question this morning, people asking what is missing to list on CoinGecko. So when you list on CoinGecko, they ask for like a link where they can fetch the price. At the moment, we are only listed on Clever Exchange, and we don't have a public way of getting the price of DVK. So that prevents us of list on CoinGecko because they wouldn't be able to fetch the price and create graphs, charts, and stuff like that. That's what prevents us right now to list on CoinGecko.
Awesome. And then Lanra White, and then I can see a bunch of people in the chat are asking questions like this. What OS is the game going to be initially hosted on? Android, iOS, PC, etc., etc.?
Yeah, so that's a mobile game. We are planning to release for iOS and Android, and we are not favor any platform. We plan to launch on December for both of them at the same time.
Yeah, and so to refer to the people asking questions about PC, it would be possible for one to play on PC using an Android emulator, but we do not recommend it. Due to how the gameplay is being designed, you would have to worry about numerous notifications if those aren't coming through and you want to say, raise your Devakids from the toddler stage to the adult stage. You're going to have some difficulty on that end if you're running via an emulator. So while that would be possible, it's not something that we recommend.
Yeah, if you're not using a device, it's going to be like a cell phone. It's going to be really hard for the dev kid saying, I'm starving.
So, yeah, I'm starving. Please feed me.
Yeah.
Your Neopets have been going for a very long time. We have another question from Jacka on Twitter. What platform are we going to use to purchase NFTs? And then secondly, will the Clever wallet be connected to the marketplace for the pre-sale, or will you launch a new wallet before the pre-sale?
Okay, yeah. The platform is going to be web. So inside Devikins.com, we're planning to release 3 pages. That's the shop when you can purchase package, inventory where you can connect your wallet and see all the NFTs you have purchased already. And there is a web viewer where it's public. We can get the public link and send to your friends, shares on social media, so everyone can see your NFT, your Devakin.
Awesome.
So you can use Clever Browse inside the Clever Wallet to purchase that, or you can use Chrome or Microsoft Edge using TronLink extension on PC.
We have another question from Nilo. Can we make sure that nobody hoards NFTs? We have a lot of people worried about possible amassing of NFTs, some Scrooge McDuck going on there.
Yeah. On the long run, no, because there is no max supply, so I don't see like that as an issue. But at this beginning, since you have like a circulation inflation curve, we're kind of limit the package amount, so everyone would be a hard time collecting thousands of NFTs at first. But on the long run, I don't see that issue.
Okay.
I see right now because everyone wants to buy at the lowest price. So we kind of make that slower, but you can buy as much as you want.
Yeah, so people don't have to worry about the problem of NFTs being hoarded and thus reducing the sum. Yeah. It's not a zero-sum game when it comes to the NFTs. We're not detracting from an available pool.
Yeah.
We have another question from Peter asking, how will the sale work? I'm concerned that the NFTs will all sell out before I have the chance to buy one. Will there also be a limit on NFT purchases?
Yeah, following the Nilo's question, there is no limit. You can buy as much as you want. What could happen if you get late in the play? You just pay a few cents more. We have like a defined inflation curve. When you reach 10,000 circulation supply NFT circulation supply, the price is gonna be, instead of $3, gonna be 3.15, something like that.
Yeah. Yop from Twitter asks, today a lot of people are using BSC. Is there a possibility that Devikins will be using multiple smart chains as well?
I don't think so. The game, no. DVK, the coin, might be in different chains. That's not a promise, might be. But the game itself is not going to be in multiple chains. It's going to be the final destination. It's Clever blockchain. So that's going to be where Devakin is going to run on.
Yeah. Then we have a question from Boston Dad asking, since there is an in-game currency, will new items be advertised to users every day for purchase?
Yes, it's like it's a mobile game, but we make sure that Devakin is not going to be a play-to-win game, but players are going to be able to buy items to help their evolving gameplay, or just vanity items, like we've been discussed a lot of skins and like vanity items. So yeah, you can spend DVK in game to purchase items, like a regular game.
And we have a question from Isam asking, what will be the use of NFTs in the game? Will they be the main characters and raise in value as gameplay advances? So, before we answer this question, I do want to say, we do have these answers available in the white papers. You can find those on Twitter. You can find those on Discord and Telegram, Facebook. It's linked on all of our social media in the announcements channels and pins. But that doesn't mean we won't answer it now for people who have yet to read the white paper. Back to Sergio.
So the NFTs,
wrong direction.
Yeah. So yeah, the NFT is the playable character of Devikins. All Devakin NFT is a character. If they're gonna value as gameplay advance, yeah, for sure, because you have to spend resource and time to level up your character. So when they get to adult phase, they are all level 1, and at the current design, the max level is 100. So if you do all the journey to get to 100 level 100, you can sell that in the marketplace for a profit, because you might have players that don't want to spend time, resource to evolve their Devakin.
Okay. And then we have a question from Westburst asking, will Stardust, the secondary currency, be convertible to DVK? In addition, how does the progression from embryo to Devakid to adult occur, and can they be minted at any stage and then sold in the marketplace?
Yeah, good question. So Stardust it has been rebranded because our first idea for DVK was to be called Starcoin. So Stardust made sense. It be rebranded. Now it's called Mythic Seed. It's more aligned to our lore. Yes, the Mythic Seed is going to be convertible to DVK. That following that, I don't want to give spoilers yet on that, but yeah, the answer yes. The progression works as I mentioned. The embryo stage, you can stay that as long as you want. As soon as you hatch that, they go into the Devakid for a period of time where you can play the training gameplay, and when they evolve to adult, then we start the real RPG. They start at level 1, promotion 1, and then we can go all up to promotion 10, max level 100. They can only be minted at the embryo stage, but you can offer in the marketplace at any stage. I do see some complication for the Devakid on the marketplace, since there's a time attached to that. We still have to play around that. Maybe the marketplace is going to be able only to offer embryo and adult stage.
Okay, so due to how the gameplay progression works, we may only be able to offer embryos, which are in a sort of stasis, as well as adults, the fully grown Devakin, which can go ahead and fight and do all that you would expect from a Devakin.
Yeah.
Now we're moving to some questions from Facebook. What kind of NFTs can we buy from the shop? Are all of them randomized, or can we specifically purchase Eldritch NFTs?
Okay, from the shop, they are all randomized. We can luckily buy an Eldritch, but you cannot know that beforehand. If you want to buy an Eldritch beforehand, we would have to use a marketplace, and has any player willing to partake with their Eldritch.
Yeah,
so I think it's going to be not that common for now, at least.
Yeah, so to directly obtain an Eldritch NFT, you would need to then trade or purchase it from another player.
Yeah.
We have a question from Irvin saying, when's the game going to be released?
Yeah, phase 1, it's going to be on December. We're planning to launch on late December. That's going to be one slice of the game. Even though we promote Devakin as an RPG, a turn-based combat, there won't be a combat on phase 1. Combat it's for phase 2, which is due to Quid 3 next year. But yeah, players gonna start to play the game in December, and since phase 1 we have play to earn mechanics. That's when I see a lot of people asking if they're gonna be able to earn money on phase 1. Yeah. The answer is yes.
We have a question from Arman asking, how will you manage or handle bots, particularly when it comes to NFT purchases?
As we touched that already, NFT purchase is not going to be an issue. There is no limited supply, so I don't see an issue with bots on that matter. For the game, we're going to do all the basic approach, so we can connect one account per time in your device. It's really hard to prevent someone that has 2-3 devices to have 2-3 accounts, though, because that could be just a household player group,
Yeah.
But that's not an issue for NFT purchase, if that's the main concern.
So no concerns when it comes to bots rolling in.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I seem to have blocked off your camera with my Discord.
No.
Apologies to the stream there. I was just opening up the Devikins Discord to make sure that I was responding to somebody's message. Akeem Bernaldez asked, can you give us the cheapest gas rate fee?
Yeah, by not having the game on Ethereum blockchain. Just kidding, but yeah, the cheapest gas fee it's set by Tron. blockchain. It's not set by us, so we have to follow what they are doing. But at the moment, Tron blockchain has like a really low gas fee.
Okay.
Even more if you can have energy. If you can freeze your TRX, you can have you can have energy, which it's kind of free resource because it kind of recharges over time.
Alrighty. We have another question from Renan asking, when are we going to be able to see some gameplay? I know a lot of people are excited about gameplay. I know people are asking about it. This is the question that always comes up when a project is being developed, and the developers are very eager to answer.
Yeah, so we start development in June, so we are 3 months in. Mechanically, we are on spot where with everything we planned, but interface. And to show gameplay, we need interface. I want to give that a tentative show off of our interface is going to be like mid-October. I think by that time, you're going to have some time to sit down and do some polish to our game interface.
Yeah. Shadow Monarch from Discord asks us, what are your plans to keep DVK stable and avoid deflation?
Yeah, I kind of didn't get the deflation because in the crypto space, deflation is a good thing. If a coin is deflationary, so it means have less supply over time. To keep it stable, we make the supply like limited. So it's not like fiat that you can print as much as DK we want. So we have to nail down the flywheel of DK. So we have all this economy cycling up, and that's going to make DVK stable. And about deflation, there is no plan to make DVK deflationary per se over time, because that would hurt the max supply. That would decrease the DVK to give out the players.
Awesome. And we have another question from Krios asking us, will the future marketplace be exclusively utilized for trading Devakin, or will there be other items that could be traded, such as outfits or equipment?
Yeah, the short answer, it's the marketplace is going to be exclusively for NFT. So far, we have only Devikins playable characters as NFT planned for the game, but we have bigger ideas that I don't want to spoil, and that's like 2-3 years down the road in our like macro roadmap. I don't want to spoil that.
Okay. And then another from Mikkel asking, is the game easy to play for the newbies? We don't know if that question necessarily refers to somebody jumping in on the crypto end of things and being unsure how that functions, or the actual gameplay itself. Sergio?
Yeah. We plan to have onboard and tutorial like every game does, so you can learn to play the game as you go. So it's not just jump in and start playing and figure out what this button does. In the expanding that to the crypto talk, we plan to be avoid as the crypto lingo. Yeah, that's gold. Avoid the crypto as much as we can for the players as well. If they want to jump in the crypto, they're going to be able. But if they just want to play the game without knowing crypto or without having to think about it, they should be able until they want to withdraw DVK. If they want to withdraw DVK, they have touched the crypto part, because that's the way the flow of the game works.
Yeah, so we do want to make sure that even people who don't have the most thorough understanding of crypto don't have the most difficult time getting into the game. This is evident in the $3 NFT jump-in point. We also have little tutorials in our white papers to kind of explain what the terminology in crypto means. Also, I know everybody wants to know, what's your cat's name, Sergio?
It's Gold. That's
Gold. Gold is a very good Gold. Boy, or...
No, Goat like Goat, like
Goat.
The other animal.
Everybody say hello to Goat the cat.
Yeah. Hey, you're on YouTube. He wants to jump on my desk. He loves to stay here.
All right. So ignoring how cute Goat is, Julius asks us, is there a gas fee for everything that we do in the game?
No. the only gas fee that a player should have, it's only depositing DVK to the game wallet and NFT, so we can play with them. And if you want to withdraw the NFT to send to another wallet to list on the marketplace, and when you want to withdraw the DVK.
Awesome. And there's a question, this one is more for me. Mr. Goodcat asks, is there a marketing plan to boost the Twitter or Reddit following? We haven't set up Reddit as of now, at least officially. Right now, what I want to do is focused on what has become the trifecta of our social media platform, which is Discord, Twitter, and Telegram. We've set up a really good basis on that end, and my main goal when interacting with the community is to make sure you guys are happy and healthy, and we have a good conversation about what's going on, right? I want to be able to chat with you as if I'm simply another player. Right? Yeah. As we go forward, of course, we're going to be putting more out in regards to advertisements, in regards to gameplay teasers, dev diaries, trailers, stuff like that. But right now, my main goal is to make sure everybody's happy, make sure everybody knows what's going on, and we're putting out as much information as we possibly can on the game.
Yeah.
MJ1835 asks, how will our investments be protected against hackers?
Blockchain, it's a great way of that. And now talking about the game itself, like hackers using memory chain, memory modification, stuff like that. We are doing the best practice of the game being server authoritative. It means that all transactions happen on the server, not on the client. Client is just a shell for presenting all your state that is the server. This way, no one can like change their DVK amount in the game and say, okay, I'm a millionaire of DVK right now, because that's all in the server. And we are using like top-notch, the best technologies for the server right now.
Yeah. Wicklander says, can you change the information on an NFT after it's been hard minted?
Sort of. What is saved on the blockchain is the hash of the NFT and the public URL. That's the only thing that you cannot change. But since the NFT, we have this social contract that they cannot change. Everything that you see on your NFT, it means that the genes, the visual parts, and the affinities, they cannot change in the gameplay. So as soon as you drop, you have like your Devakin on the web viewer, you know all the attributes, and that cannot change, but the base attributes, that's going to grow over time as you level up.
Okay.
And the life stage as well.
What will be the buyback mechanics for DVK to keep the supply and price in check?
Yeah, we do have plans for that. It's still balancing pending, but yeah, for sure we need like to have this flywheel of all an amount of DVKs that go back to the company, go back to the play to earn pool, so the pool never dries. Awesome. We are aware of that, but yeah, it's still pending and balancing, and so we can make that the best way possible.
Goat is very distracting.
Yes.
I see a cat, and I have to go say hi to it. Unfortunately, I can't jump through a monitor. We have another question from Ray Uratin. I messed that up horribly, I imagine. Will we be able to get NFTs like clothing, accessories, etc. for your Devakin? Will that be possible?
Yes. So for like clothing, that are like costumes, skins, and stuff like that, at the moment we can change that only in game, since the NFT is some like a static piece on the blockchain. You won't be able to see that on the web viewer, but in game you can like use all kinds of vended items to make your Devakin your own.
Okay, and then Marintan has two questions. During the NFT pre-sale, will there be a cooldown after each purchase to prevent bots or multiple accounts from monopolizing them? Secondly, will the USD price be displayed live alongside the DVK price during the sale?
Okay, yeah. The cooldown, we do kind of have the cooldown because you have to validate the transaction, the DVK payment on the blockchain, and then we have a flow to follow. But there is no hard cooldown. Like you have like 50, you can buy a pack every 15 seconds, every minute, or stuff like that. because, as I said, there is no limited supply, so you're not missing. You're not being prevented of buying more NFT if you want to. Regarding the USD price, our system is gonna update every second the DVK price based on the USD price over DVK. We might have that on the screen, the current quotation of USD, but on the prices are all going to be listed in DVK.
Okay. And then we have a question from Mausama on Discord. Can Devakids, Toddler Devakin, be used in any game mode?
Yes, for sure. That's going to be the main thing for phase 1. They are going to be the star of our game for a while until we release combat. So we do have some gameplays scheduled for them. The train is going to be the biggest one. It was going to be but we do have other surprise that we are not ready to share yet, but it's going to be funny. It's funny to design that.
Yeah. And we have a question from Mr. Park asking us, do NFTs grow one at a time, or can we grow multiple ones into adulthood simultaneously?
You can play with multiple at the same time, but it's like a Tamagotchi gameplay. So if you have like 10, it means if you have 10 dev kits, it means you have like to take care of the needs of 10 dev kits at the same time. It can be really challenging. But if you want to speed up all your adults Devakin, you'll be able to do that.
Yep. It's like if you want to take 6 university classes in one semester, you can do it. It's going to be difficult, but it's an option.
Yeah.
Kurozuto asks, can you explain the scavenger missions that will be released alongside the training system from embryo to adulthood?
Yes, the scavenger mission has been rebranded as Void Adventures because it makes more sense the way we planned that. And that's going to be like a passive gameplay. What does that mean? The player's not going to play the game itself. It's more like a mini game of filling the requirements. So imagine that we have a basic Void Adventure that asks for 1 adult Devakin and 1 extra Devakin that's from Lunarian ancestry. As soon as you have the fill that requirements, you can send that to the Void Adventure. After a period of time, they go back, and then you get the rewards of the Void Adventure. We have like a plan of Void Adventures with different requirements, so that reward players that have a variety of Devkins in their roster.
Okay, and this one is less to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's in for the adult phase. So that's going to be the main utility for the adult Devkin during phase 1.
Okay, I'm good now. We have a question from Marintan asking regarding the Devakin team. Do you guys know each other? If not, how is the team formed?
Yes, we have like half of the team in Brazil, half of the team in Canada. I've worked with everyone but Liz. Actually, it's the first time I've been working with Liz, and it's been a wonderful experience. But all the other teams, besides the user interface UI teammate, I worked with all of them, the artists, the developers. It's all talented people.
Yeah, so Sergio knows the vast majority of us in real life. A good portion of us are based in Vancouver. I am trying to get a night together where we can all get beer and burgers. Because nice. Beer, burgers, that's all you need in life. We have another question. Will there be a DVK fee when promoting an NFT?
Yeah, there will be some DVK fee, yes.
Awesome.
Along the requirement of the NFT for promotion.
Yeah, so just a very basic, get it going up there. How does the NFT burn work? Is there a maximum amount of NFTs that we can hold in our account?
For now we have shared 2 NFT burn mechanics. The one, it's while on soft mint in your inventory, you can burn 4 soft mint NFT to get a new one, a random one, and try the luck again. Inside the game, you have to burn NFTs to promote other NFTs, so they can unlock max level. they can unlock more cap level for them.
We have another question from Jalapeno asking, what are the other possible ways to mint? Since the upcoming one is addressed as regular mint, we have soft mint and hard mint listed in the white papers. Can we get a short explanation on those?
Yeah, sure. We decide to address the regular mint as the shop mint. So when you buy Devakin in the shop, that's a regular mint. You want to differentiate that from the procreation mint. That's another stream of minting an NFT, because you have some genes that are exclusive for the procreation mint. So there are some genes that can only be obtained by the procreation. That's why I decided to separate regular mint to the procreation mint.
Awesome. And as we move forward, if more people are confused about that, I can very easily construct an infographic for the people in the community who just want to get a quick answer in that regard. And now we have a lot of questions from one user named Scream Gamer, all of which are excellent questions. Thank you for sending us these. So the first question from Scream Gamer is, when we mint a Devakin NFT by default, will it always be soft mint? Or can we choose from the start whether it will be a soft or hard minted NFT?
Okay, yeah, they are all soft minted. Technically, there is no problem in creating a hard mint already, but for a user point perspective, there is no advantage of having a hard mint already, because you would miss the burn mechanic. Because let's say it's a weak Devakin that is not useful for you. If that's hard minted, you couldn't burn that to recycle before burn. So we decide to always go to soft mint, and then the player can decide what they want to hard mint.
So the second question is, if we soft mint a Devakin, can it eventually be converted into a hard minted Devakin?
Yes, that's the regular for where the NFT follows. You have a soft mint, and then we need hard mint, so we can send to your wallet, send to the marketplace, and later deposit to the game, so you can play Devakin.
Excellent. The third question, a soft minted Devakin can be upgraded by burning 4 other NFTs. Would those all be soft minted as well?
Yes, they won't be upgraded. So these 4 burn soft mint Devakins, what it means, you can get 4 NFTs that is not useful for you, that are still on soft mint stage, and then burn that to roll again. So you have like a free roll of a new Devakin, of a new soft mint NFT.
Yeah, so you can basically take 4, destroy them,
yeah,
get a new one.
Yes, it's a recycling mechanic.
Recycling mechanic. The fourth question, I read about minting or burning 18 Devakin to further upgrade a Devakin. Must these burned Devakin be hard minted, soft minted, or can they be a mix of both?
As of today, we can only play the game with hard minted. So it means the burn of 18 Devakin to further upgrade one, it has to be hard minted, because they had to be inside your game account.
Excellent. And then the fifth and final question from Scream Gamer. Does soft minting and hard minting apply to an adult Devakin only, or does this apply at all stages?
Actually, only to embryo stage, because since you can only change the life stage inside the game, and you need a hard minted to play in the game, the soft mint only applies to the embryo stage in your wallet.
Yeah. So if your Devakin is an embryo, that's the only time frame within the game that it can be soft minted. Once it's hard minted, you begin the cycle of raising it, playing it, selling it, etc., etc., etc.
Correct.
Ikeman asks, with our current knowledge, NFTs that will be sold are going to be randomized, correct? Is it randomized the moment we purchase the NFT, or can we predict what we get?
It's gonna be randomized at the moment you get that. We do have some planning. I don't want to spoil a lot, but the team's gonna like pre-minted some Devkins and kind of give away as prize and stuff like that. But when you're in the shop, that's gonna be randomized at the moment you buy it.
Okay.
In the marketplace is going to be the place you can go and shop and browse for the Devakin that meets your needs.
Yeah. Player market, player market, player market.
Yeah.
Shrengeg asks, will there be gear or items that modify a Devakin's stats and skills?
Yeah, for sure. Any RPG needs that. You can bet on that.
Yeah, so yes, you can gear up your Devakin. Duke PH asks, besides Clever, does Devikins have any other notable sponsors? Is there a possibility of nerfing or buffing aspects of the game at some point? Also, what is your approach in terms of server scaling?
Okay. As of now, we have only Clever. That's what the only sponsor I think we needed to start the game. Because usually when you find sponsor, you have like to give part of the company. So more sponsor you have, less the company you have. So Clever was like a specific was like a crucial sponsor that we find, and we are really happy just having them for now. Regarding the nerfing and buff aspect of the game, yes, it's a game. Usually a game goes through balance. If that's not working, we shouldn't be afraid of changing that to bring the best experience for the players. And regarding server scaling, yeah, we know that's being an issue for some of the games. We're aware of that and try our best to work with that. We've been using the best technologies and regarding that, and we have like a really talented back-end engineer. So I'm not afraid of server scaling at this moment.
Yep. Pat John Salvador asks, I've heard that to upgrade a Devakin to level 100, we should mint 18 NFTs. I would like to also ask that if and when a player gets an Eldritch NFT, should it still be 18 NFTs burned to fully upgrade it or more, such as the number of NFTs required to fully upgrade a Devakin scaling with rarity?
Yeah, that's a good question. As of at this moment, in our current design, we work with the flat 18 for any rarity. But if we see that makes sense, kind of stepping up for the higher rarities, we can do that. But for now, from common to Eldritch, we need only 18 NFTs to max out then.
Yep. Then Mimo asks us, what would be the process for purchasing a Devakin? How do we get the NFTs? It seems a pretty important question.
Yes. So as we get closer to the release of the NFTs, we're going to have a shop inside Devikins.com that you can go in any that browser, which means that any browser that you can connect to your Tron wallet, such as Clever browser inside Clever wallet, or if you're on PC, you can use Tron Link extension for Chrome or Microsoft Edge, and have DVK funds and some TRX for free. When you get to our shop page, you're going to see all the packets offered there, and then you can pay and get the package. And that's going to be sent to our inventory where you can check all your cute Devakin.
Excellent. Rude Boy asks very, very kindly, not rude at all, will new players have to know about crypto and how the blockchain functions in order to play the game?
No, they don't have to know about that to play the game. That we're trying to not distantiate, but put the crypto under the hood for all players, so we can reach the max, broader player base. Because we're really trying to make it like a mobile first game, a fun game first, and put the crypto as the cherry on top.
Yeah, we want to make things as accessible as possible. We don't want to have a crypto game in which players feel they have to navigate a convoluted system to get into the game to begin with.
Yeah.
Not to mention the price of entry that commonly comes along with crypto games. Yeah. We want you to be able to jump in without any effort whatsoever. T. Kirsten asks us, according to the white paper, quote, each player is the sole owner of a wholly unique playable character in both the Devikins universe and the real world. Does this mean that we own all rights, including commercial rights, to our NFT?
Okay, yeah. The commercial rights, if you're saying, am I able to sell my Devakin and get the profit on that, that's okay. But you don't have the IP ownership of that. So you cannot use the Devikins trademark, the Devikins graphics on your own like promotional marketing piece. That still belongs to Devikins. But yeah, you have the right of sell your NFT.
Yep. Doxy asks us, will multiple accounts be available to play with?
No, each device should have their own account. Even more because since we mentioned that notification is going to be like a big thing in our like Tamagotchi gameplay. If you have multiple accounts in one device, that would be really challenging to manage. So
yeah,
it's one account per device.
Even if for ease of access, if you wanted to make multiple accounts, we don't recommend it. There's a lot to keep track of within the game.
Yeah.
Use one account. It would be like having 17 characters in an MMO and trying to do dailies on every single one of them. You're going to have a hard time. And the final question that we have before we go into more of a light portion of this and just kind of chat with you guys, from Eisen, will there be a stat selection screen upon level up so that we can manage attributes depending on what kind of character we want to build, or will it be randomized?
Yes. So it's not going to be randomized per se, but the player cannot pick the attribute. The attribute's going to follow the attribute evolution. Yeah, follows the affinity. If you played Pokemon, you're going to be familiar with that. So every time a Pokemon levels up, they get a prefixed attributes based on their individual values. And that's the way Affinity plays with Devakids. So, if you have like higher affinities, that attribute's gonna grow faster during a level up.
Yeah, so a scaling system in that your affinities affect your attribute growth.
Yes. So let's say if you're looking for a high vitality Devakin, you should look for a high base attribute, a vitality base attribute with a high vitality affinity. That you're going to make sure you have like a high vitality Devakin, but you cannot pick attributes like regular,
you can't manually select them, but you can find
yes.
ways to feed into that growth pattern.
Yeah.
Yep. So those are the main questions that we had listed on all of our social media platforms, from Discord to Telegram to Twitter to Facebook. So what we're going to do now, we're going to answer a couple of funny questions, and then we are going to wrap things up. If you have any simple questions that you want to ask myself or Sergio, just about the team, about the game, throw it at us. We're going to be running through these funny ones for a second. And yes, Sergio's cat's name is Goat. He does not have a goat named Cat, unfortunately. I don't think his apartment would allow him that.
Yeah, maybe when I move to a farm, I can get a goat and name that cat. That would be funny.
Yeah. And so we have a question being asked by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of Devikins, where did it come from? How did the team come up with the concept? Right? What's the story?
Yeah. I really like dark things, but I think that's not a lot of that's not like broadly accepted when you try to really touch with gore and dark things. So I try to put that in Devikins being a soft thing. So we have these pillars of cute / horror / comedy, and they kind of follow that. So cute comes first because we think it has like a bigger appeal, broader appeal. But my roots, it's like dark things like black metal and stuff like that. So we try to kind of make that more commercial. That's where Devikins started with. And I think comedy, it's a way to go, I think. Yeah, comedy, yeah. It's like, who doesn't like comedy? So Devikins is a mix of
I've never had fun in my entire life. I laughed once. Yeah. It was horrible. So to follow up on that, we have somebody asking us, are you guys horror and Lovecraft fans? Yes, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of horror and Lovecraft. Sergio's a huge fan of horror and Lovecraft. I think a vast majority of the team are big horror fans. We were just discussing the other day, after hours, what horror games we're playing. I'm currently slogging through Resident Evil 8. I beat the Dollhouse. It's terrifying. That evil baby is the worst thing I've ever encountered in any game, and I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, myself, I don't play actually a horror game. I'm more like books and movies regarding horror and like real life things like music and stuff like that. But I do like some dark stuff for a game. I love Diablo 1. When I saw the inverted cross and burn in flames, I went crazy with that game. And yeah, I think Bloodborne has like a really good mood, like gothic thing, dark dungeon as well. So for the game, I like this somber, dark theme. But
Yeah.
for horror games, I don't know. I did play Outlast. Outlast? Yeah,
Outlast I
That's
didn't
what it is.
vibe with. I thought it
Yeah,
was more shock value than it was horror.
yeah,
Bloodborne, though, is definitely in the top 3 of any game I've
yeah,
ever played.
yeah. I think I don't connect with horror game because I need all the connection, my attention, and when I play the game, my head's kind of strategically think things, so I don't kind of connect with horror games. I think that's the issue. Different when you're like when it's a passive thing, when you're just watching a movie or reading a book, then you can kind of fully absorb in that. It's not with games because
Yeah,
like I'm kind of a strategic guy, so when I'm playing the game, I'm always seeing in a strategic point of view, and that doesn't scare me.
don't worry, Linnison. I'm going to play Elden Ring as soon as it comes out. I'm going to be banging my head against the wall. We have a question from Master Jingo. This is the most important question of all. When can I get a girlfriend and a wife? First off, if they're both okay with that, power to you, my friend.
Yeah,
But let romance come to you as it will. You can't go rushing after things. You have to let life happen to you.
yeah. Usually it's evolution, right? Your girlfriend becomes your wife. But
Yeah, your
if you wanna,
Devakin goes from embryo to toddler to adult. Your girlfriend becomes your
yeah,
wife, right? This is the most important. It's a progression. It's a gameplay advancement.
yeah,
Uh, when Lambo, I answer that with when gaming PC. I think that's more important. Gaming
yeah,
PC is a lot more important. We need triple 4K monitors running at 244 hertz, right, Sergio?
yeah. Right. That's gonna be. Devkin is gonna be like it's gonna need many GPUs to run on that. So when we game PC, when we have the next gen of the graphic cards, you're gonna need some real deal with ray tracing to rendering to the game.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking through some more community questions. We've got about 5 minutes left here. Somebody's asking to hear our Canadian accents. This is my Canadian accent. I'm born and raised in Vancouver.
And I don't have any Canadian accent
Yeah,
because
Sergio's
I was
very Brazilian.
yeah.
Very much
So yeah.
Brazilian.
The only thing I know about Canadian accent, it's not about, it's about.
A boot.
So,
A
but
boot.
I say about.
A
Yeah,
boot.
about.
Yeah, Garburator. It's more the words used. We say gong show, we say kerfuffle. Uh
I know while typing because like I always type like color behavior with an extra U, like the British and Canadian way of that. But stops there. I don't have like a Canadian accent. I have like a Brazilian accent.
yeah. Somebody else asks, this is regarding gameplay. When you are raising your Devakin, can it die?
No, imagine you Eldritch dying. You're gonna piss off with us.
Yeah,
So no, they
that's a
cannot die.
no-go.
But yeah, but what I can say that okay, when you when you have your NFT generated, you have the base attributes. That base attributes can increase with the training gameplay. That's how we reward playing the training gameplay good.
Yeah.
If you just ratch your embryo, and that becomes a dev kit, and you left that without playing the game right, so their base attribute for level 1 adult, it's going to be lower than if you play that well.
Yeah, so
That's
essentially... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Christian just stated this. Your Devakin's growth can be stunted from neglect. It's not going to die, but it will not be as strong as it could have been through neglecting it during this gameplay stage. right? You got to water and feed your Devakin. You got to make sure that you're turning it into the warrior that it can be. And the last question we are going to answer here is, what's your favorite band?
Oh man, I think it depends.
Give us a top three. Give us a top
Top three.
three.
Okay, Nargaroth, it's one. It's a black metal band from Germany. Beyond Creation, it's a technical death metal from Montreal. And the third one, okay, I've been listening a lot of Therion. It's like a gothic orchestral band. But I think it depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Depends on the mood.
Depends on the vibe. For me, I'm a huge Mastodon fan, to the point of which I have a Mastodon tattoo. I got high-fived by Troy at a concert. That was excellent. Best experience of my life. They threw a drumstick at my head. It's on my wall. I'm a big fan of Daughters. They vibe with me. Noise rock is great. And then Radiohead.
Okay.
Radiohead's a jam.
I think it's worth mentioning Psychonaut 4 as well. It's a band from Georgia.
Georgia just makes good metal. A lot of good metal bands from Georgia. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had an excellent time chatting. We're happy to help everybody out, and we're eager to do more events like this in the future. We're going to be hanging out on Discord and Telegram throughout the rest of the day. It's what we do when we're working. But thank you ever so much for dropping by. This video is going to be saved and posted on our page. It's going to be uploaded, so don't worry. If you missed the start of it, you're going to be able to see the rest of it. And with that, we'd like to say goodbye, adieu. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you, everyone.
Have an excellent day, evening, night to all our friends in the Philippines. Get some sleep. Go to bed. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Signing off,
I hope
guys.
everyone enjoyed that.